Hey tubers, Bart coming at you. A little bit of a showcase here. Happy holidays. Brought to you by You'll Shoot Your Eye Out seasonal from Carback Brewing Company. I haven't busted open that box yet, but it's pretty cool. My wife got it for me. So I've seen some folks post videos of their top 50, and while I had seen a couple of those in previous years, I think Scottish Tradition had a video last year. It almost convinced me to do one this year or last year as well. I ended up balking on that one, but I've seen enough of them this year and just kind of excited. It's a good exercise in assessing your collection and how things are going. So I went ahead and did one this year. So of course, since it's my video, I get to take some creative liberties, and so you're actually going to see 57 cards in this video, and that's because I wouldn't call them the bottom rung because they're still pretty good cards, but the last couple cards, when you have to come up with your own valuations of a card based on not a lot of current sales, but you have to throw in some comps or some cards that are close but not quite the same. You get some generic numbers, and I tried to round down a little bit, so I got a good number of cards at the end that all kind of valued at the same point, and so I'll figure I'll cheat and show you a couple of extras. So you'll get 57 cards here, and my rough overall valuation of all of these is about 86,000 bucks. So real happy with that. I've seen some significant returns after I've made these purchases. So I'll give the caveat out because I don't want this to be like some sort of flex video or something. Obviously, there's some goodness in here to the point where it'll come to that, but I really want to just throw out there that if you collect what you love, the returns will not matter as much, but the hobby will take care of you as well. And then I will say, if you are in this game for a long time, and that's probably the biggest piece of advice, you will your top 50 will grow and continue to be more and more impressive each year. And I have been collecting for quite some time, and then I spend good money on this because it is part of my investing as well. And that's not everybody. A lot of folks, their disposable income just goes to the hobby and not investment type money, but I do throw some of that in there. I was burned by stocks back in 07, 08 and said no thanks for that anymore. And then, I'm in the military and move so much that we are pretty much always renting a property, which means I'm not investing in my own properties and things like that and fixing them up. So this is my place to get returns on investments and stuff. So to each their own. That's kind of how I approach it and how I end up with some of this, but some fantastic cards, and we'll get into it, and I will cheat my way through the first couple. As with valuations and everything, it's hard to come up with certain ones, but these first couple all are around 700 bucks. So George Kittle, National Treasures. This is a base rookie card, but it's still only out of 99, and kind of cool. This is number 99 out of 99, and despite injuries this year, his value is still really held. 49ers collectors, there's a good number of them, and he's one of our few guys that you can really get excited about and put money into. So people have been chasing his cards. I think I subbed this myself, so I probably paid 50 or 60 bucks for it and then subbed it. So pretty sweet return on that one. Another one around that ballpark. This is lower pop. Last time I checked, it was pop 11. I'm sure it's crept up one or two since then, but still holding strong. PSA 10 contenders. I also have his optic contenders, which is a shinier version. It looks just like this in a PSA 10, but I haven't seen enough recent sales to even know whether that one's stronger than this one or not. Despite that one will definitely be a lower pop, but I also value this one at about 7. A little bit tougher since it's a 0.5, but right in that region of 700 bucks. The 57 Gianni Unitas in a 5.5. I only got this maybe a year or so ago, and probably paid around $475, $500 maybe. I think about closer to $475. So to get a 700 value on that one so soon, pretty happy with that. This one is, and the next one's a little bit harder because it's a 0.5. I love collecting some of the older stuff in .5s. People sleep on the .5s, and so you get them for much closer to the lower end. The price points are usually much closer to 7s than an 8 on us .5 for this. So, but a great looking card, and they always show very well if they get a .5. So real happy with that. I think I probably paid maybe $4.75 for that or something, and I'm comfortable. And I like to round down on these. I'm comfortable with at least the 700 value on that one. Same with this one. The Captain America, 7.5. His 7s have been going up closer to 7, so a 7.5. Pretty comfortable throwing it out there. This one isn't low pop. If memory serves, it was in the 20s just for the 7.5. But you don't see them pop up too often. Once people get their card of Staubach here, they kind of hold on to it. Another one I'll throw in somewhere around in that area, just because 5-star doesn't get the demand that so many other issues do. I don't know why. It's fucking glorious. It's a fantastic looking card, but when I saw it, I finally, I lost one or two. Had been trying to get one cheap for raw for quite some time, and it didn't work out. 10 popped up, and I said, screw it. I'll get my big boy britches on, and I'm gonna get after one of these things. I think I ended up getting it for about $460. So not cheap by any means, but I feel comfortable that it's around 700 or so now. And that was Pop 7. This one's all over the place lately. Over the last couple months, it's been up to 1,200 plus. It's been creeping back down. Last one went for about 715 or so. So I'll throw that at as the number now. It's 715. Fantastic card. Probably my favorite. At least Topps base Joe Montana. I'm a sucker for 82 Topps anyway. It's probably my favorite set there is. So this one of Joe, just classic, iconic, digging it. All right, and so technically this one will be number 50 as we work our way down. Got the Big Poppy 97 Ultra. Last time one of these went for about 720. Get a lot of thoughts and feelings from when I pull this one out. I've almost sold it a couple of times just because I'm not sure how I feel about it because of the situations that go around it. But I'm a little salty because I owned the Fleer for quite some time because it was part of a Silver Slugger set, and then I realized that wasn't the card. It was this one for the Hall of Fame stuff, and that was more or less what I thought was more important. But I didn't want to own multiples and stuff, so I ended up selling the Fleer and getting this one, for a little over $4, probably is what I got it for, $400. But it just makes me salty about the baseball PSA registry and how much of a mess it is compared to the other registries. But there's certain couple guys that have built the baseball registry up. PSA doesn't look to piss them off, even though they make some significant mistakes in building sets, especially key card sets and stuff like that. This one was a little bit unexpected. It's moving up good. So this is last selling for about $725. I paid $190 for that a couple years ago, and I bought it at the high end just so I didn't miss out. Because it was such in flux. I was like, well, it could go below the 190, but it definitely could go up because it's baseball and crazy stuff happens. So these are recently selling around $725, and happy to have it. Got a Kershaw, good looking card. Definitely did not expect to have this one make the top. So this is another one that goes in flux on a regular basis, bounces back and forth. Even before all the craziness of this past year, it bounced up and down a lot. So this is number 48. Last one sold for $737. So the TOSP 10. Picked this one up earlier this year after selling some Project 2020 early on for big profit. Got the Len Dawson. So basically got to fabricate this thing out of thin air. So, because I definitely got it for the price of one of my sales of Project 2020 that I only spent $20 on. And I think I paid around 500 or something for that, for this card. And it's on the up and up, so I put a value of about 750 bucks on this one. Good color, pretty good centering, real sharp, and I think they're pretty hard on these 63 Fleers, so I'm very happy with that grade. Len Dawson. Here's a tougher one because they don't come up too often. Somebody's got one for sale for like 2,100 bucks. It hasn't sold definitely at that, but the Contenders Rookie PSA 10 from Frank Gore. Had one of these and sold it with a number of other Frank Gores to get some money. The Bradshaw that I showed you earlier was part of the pickups from that income, so no regrets, but I was upset that I didn't have the rookie anymore, or the Contenders Rookie anymore. So the next time I saw one, I went and snatched it up. So I'll toss that one as an 800, but not real sure. Have to see what it would go for at auction. This is one of my favorite cards, just period, dot, all time. Love it. Big Kittle fan. Love 56 in the color. Love just the pure joy on his face in the game of football. I just love everything about this card. This is a Pop 16. And I paid around 800 bucks for this a couple years ago, so I'm willing to bet that it's at least that, if not better, but they don't come up very often, so hard to put a better valuation than that. And then this one has definitely done well. I've had this for a couple years. Bought this in a big chunk of rookie cards from a fellow collector. And I guess if you broke it down with the purchase that I made, I probably paid about $350 for this or something. And I'd say it's about 800 or so now. Who knows? It's very nicely centered. Great color, no snow or anything like that. So it might do even better than that, because I'd say it's pretty damn good 7. Giant card, for sure. All right, what are we on? Number 43. And if I didn't give the caveat, sorry I haven't taken all these out of the sleeves, but I'm terrible at putting them back on. And I move the cards around so much, I really got to stop scratching up cases and stuff for the long term. So I just went ahead and left them on there. But this one may catch you off guard. And a 68. It is a PSA 10, which isn't bad, of course, but it's also Pop 1. So this is my oldest Population 1 PSA 10. I bought it several years ago. I'm big into the Brody Basic set. I've been number 1 on that one for a good number of years. Well, and his Master set for that matter. But so I went after it and made this card mine. So I think I paid about 800 for this. I've seen 9s. That's 9s is a decently high pop. But the 9s have gone for 350s and 4s, so I'm comfortable at least saying that this one's still secure at 800 bucks. Who knows at auction? These don't come up too often, but 55s have been strong, and this was an expensive card years ago when I got it, so it's at least held, if not gone up. So I'll throw at 800 on this one as well for the Hall of Fame rookie card, Bob St. Clair. Great looking card. Love me some 55s, and you'll see a couple of those here in the top 50. Up next, number 41, we have the 1958 YA Kittle PSA 9. That's a pop of 8. Great looking card. Again, another tough one to throw a guess at, but I will guess with about an 800, and I'm pretty comfortable in that guess. Here's one that we do have some recent sales on, so I can call it. The last 83 Joe Montana went for 810 bucks. His 80s PSA 10s are definitely on the rise. And besides the 86 and the rookie, I got all of them, so I'm doing real strong there on return on investment. Great card. This one's been up and down lately. So coming back down, I think it was up towards the 1100 realm for a little while, but the 82 Topps Ripken rookie, obviously he's traded is more popular, but Guess what? This is PSA 10, so it's still good card. But the last one went for about 830 bucks, so we'll call it that. Another one that's all over the place. It rises and falls with his performances and his talk with MVP competition, but recent sales of this one have gone for about 860 bucks, so we'll call it that. It was 1700-ish, you know, in September and such, so big fluctuations there, but still a very strong card, the Russell Wilson rookie, and I paid all of 40 bucks for that card, so pretty happy with that. Another Niners Hall of Fame rookie here, Hugh McElhaney, Bowman Small, PSA 8. I'll throw this one at about a 900. Strong card. Now, if this was a Bowman Large, we'd be talking 27, 2800. I've lost a couple prior to the boom at like 24 and 2000 and stuff like that. You know, lower numbers, so I'm imagining it creeped a little bit, but to make it affordable but still get the 8 for the points and everything else, I'll go with a 900 valuation on that one because that's the one I decided to pick up. Another Hall of Fame Niners rookie, Joe the Jet Perry. First guy to run for consecutive seasons of 1,000 yards. This is a 1950 in a PSA 8.5. It's pop of 10 and PSA 9, so there are a couple higher, but that's still relatively low pop. And if you're a baseball person, that's ridiculously small pop. But, you know, football's always a little bit lower on all of those types of things. But not a cheap card. You get that 0.5, and it separates you from the 8s, which there are a fair number of. So I'm comfortable with another evaluation of 900 bucks on that one. Another one doing great things here. Gayle Sayers, got a rookie in a 7.5. These have been going strong. His 7s have been going really strong. So I'll toss a valuation of 900 on that one. Great card, great pose. That's about twice what I paid for it, so I'm happy about that. I haven't had this butt kiss for too long, but it's still going up and up. Took me a while because I wanted to definitely find a deal on this. Otherwise, I was going to get a 6. But I'll put a value of 950 on that, which is at least, I don't know what I paid for that. I probably scrounged around and found 700 bucks to throw at that thing, and I think it's about 950 now. So, real happy with that. The butt kiss. There's the Moss SP Future Watch. That one's going for about $9.50 as well right now. Great looking card. That's more than double what I paid for it, so I'm happy about that. All right, here's number 32 in the mix, and just got this card, so I had to sell some Niners off to pay for it, because I wasn't looking to drop that kind of coin out of nowhere on a Sunday morning, but I did. And so I'll value this at what I paid for it, and I paid $9.50 for it, and I think I got a deal at that based on the color and everything else. It was not on PSA or on eBay for very long, but I'll throw, you know, it's worth at least what I paid for it, I think, so I'll go with the $9.50 on that. I'm very happy to add that one. Check this one out. Love this card. The 33 Sport Kings Red Grange. These don't come up too often. A lot of times a card like this gets into somebody's collection and it will stay for a while. Knowing that, I think I, was like, screw it. I got to get one of these if I'm ever going to get one. A couple years ago, I think I paid about $600 for it. I think it's about a $9.50 card right now. Ooh, love this one. 59 Topps Kittle PSA 10. It's my oldest PSA 10. That is a population of 4. And I'll go with at least a valuation of $1,000, but I definitely think this is an easy candidate for, a 12 or a 1300. But You won't know until it goes to auction, and so I guess I'm not going to find out. Because if I'm selling that card, I am selling a whole lot of other stuff and just kind of letting the place fall apart to get the money somehow. This was a hard one. I had definitely seen some of these in the last couple months go real strong, but one has not sold in the last 3 or so months, so eBay sales won't even show you anything. So all the previous ones I had seen in the last couple, 6 months or so were all over 1,000. So I'm gonna go with $1,000 here. Fantastic card, beautiful. The bold colors of the passing leaders detail there. Just the two going at it. They went to the Super Bowl against each other. Just an awesome card. Let's see. Here's one. You'll see a couple. So I plan on sending some cards to PWCC come the beginning of the new year, and this is one of them. Christie Mathewson and a 2.5. This one has done well lately, and so I valued it at about $1,000. We'll see what happens at auction. I set a goal for myself about 1.5 years or so ago to get kind of serious with some baseball cards, kind of as a test of myself and everything. But once in hand, the T206s, while great, they just don't really fit in my collection. So there's a couple you'll see that I'm planning on selling off. I definitely won't sell this one off. The 90 score supplemental Emmett. Last one of these went for, and they've been selling frequently enough, and so I went with the average price of about $1,050. So good deal, good return on that. I didn't buy it for a long time because they just aren't short in print run, especially for football. I ended up paying $400 for it, which was the going rate for quite some time. But I finally just came around to saying, yeah, screw it, I'll get one. And obviously glad that I did, because good return there. Here is a Hall of Fame rookie card of John Henry Johnson, PSA 9. I'll value that at about $1,100, but it definitely could go better than that. That's low enough pop and a mint 9. Great looking card. Only 1 year there with the Niners. More known for the Steelers and the Lions. Love this one as well. I really like some 53 cards, but when you put them together, they just don't look like there was a plan and consistency for the photos and stuff like that. And so they don't even display that well together, if that makes sense. But an 8.5 on the tittle, that's obviously real low pop. And so who knows what it would actually go for, but I'm comfortable putting a valuation of at least $1,100 on that sucker. Another tittle, a PSA 9, 55 Bowman. Now you'd say, well, the Henry Johnson was a PSA 9, but that's a rookie, so it should be worth more, right? Not so fast. This is pop 3, none higher. So I am very comfortable with at least saying $1,200 on this thing, because that is a strongly collected set. And so if it went to auction, it'd do probably very well. But I'll throw $1,200 on there. Another one that you don't see often. I paid a bunch of money for this thing, but worth it to me. Just a beautiful card. I'd like to get the Sammy Ball. Not nearly this great, but the Sammy Ball has a similar looking card that just, the poses are fantastic. But the 52 large tittle in an 8. I'll be nice and put a $1,200 on that one as well, but it could go stronger for sure. And whacking that phone. Here's one I did not expect to have in this mix, but after watching Baseball Collectors Top 50, and he gave me the valuation of his PSA 4, I was like, oh crap, that's doing well. So these are going for about $1,200 right now, which is awesome. As I paid $4.99 for it, I think, and that wasn't that long ago. So good return there. We're at 25. Let me pause and switch videos real quick. All right, number 21, This one has done real strong lately. The 83 Iron Mike in a PSA 10, going for about $12.25 right now. Great looking card. The Barry, another one that took me a long time to pick up just because of the lack of rarity. This is football's equivalent of the 89 Griffey, so lots of them running around out there. You never don't have the opportunity to pick one up, but they've never been too cheap either. But finally forked over a couple bucks. I think it was probably $200 that I paid for it. But the 89 Barry is now going for about $12.75, so nice return there. Another classic 85 Joe. Last one of these sold for $1,282. Beautiful card. Solid black, not a speck of white on that thing. Great pose, great design, classic. Another one that's going to find its way to PWCC soon, so obviously my next year's top 50 is guaranteed to be a little bit different. The T206 Cy Young. A little harder to put on these. I am not a T206 expert by any means, and so this one's got a Piedmont back. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure Piedmont's one of the more common ones, or the most common one. So hard to put valuations because the variations are what you see sell, and you can't really compare even the same front picture of a photo or a card. But I'll go with about a $13.50 value on that one. Since I've purged most of the high end of my basketball PC without ever really getting the basketball PC going, it always seems fitting that this one will kind of go along with it. Because I don't display it, it doesn't really match a whole lot of other stuff, and it can help me get some stuff while I love this card, and this is the second time I've owned one. I can get some other stuff for it. So right now those are going for about $1,500. They were up closer to $2,400 over the summer, but right now about $1,500. And like I said, with some of those other T206s, I kind of just tested myself, kind of get myself to pick them up and everything, and I did. I had this for a little over a year now, but T206s, they just don't fit my collection very well. I don't like displaying big end cards anyway, but it's just my whole decor in the man cave and everything else just doesn't fit the T206 mold, I guess. So the 50s and the 60s cards definitely fit a lot better. So that'll be on its way to PWCC, but I value that one at about $1,500 as well. We got a 48 Leo the Lion Nomalini, our first 49ers card, first Hall of Fame rookie card for the Niners. It's a tough card, so a 6 is a very high card for this. This is the first card I ever spent what I would consider at the time big boy money. I spent I spent $913 on this thing in 2013. Still remember it because it was that big of a purchase. I'm comfortable with saying this is about $1,600, but these have kind of gone all over the place, but always up there, especially for the 6s and such. So, and 7s are well past the $2,500 range. So, keep losing that one, and I probably won't compete for those again. But great card. This one is done well. Picked this up for $400 a couple years ago, and now the Joe Rookie is going for about $1,700. So very nice. This one's a good example. Real sharp. And a must-have for a Niners guy, right? Up next, we've got the Rocket in a PSA 10. Recent sales of this one's been about $1,775. And this one's number 13. We're on the final countdown here. Number 12. This one has gone crazy. The LaDainian Tomlinson Rookie Refractor. Recently for about $1,900. These are numbered out of $9.99. So I knew a fellow collector who was looking for certain things. That cards showed up. Now, the Billy White Shoes Johnson PSA 9 rookie card showed up on 4 Sharp Corners one day. It fit some sets. I didn't really need to buy the 9, and 8 would have been just fine with me. But I bought the 9 anyway for $160 because it was lower pop. I ended up telling that collector, like, hey, guess what I found? Because I knew he was looking for it, and he was like, oh, crap, I need that card. Would you trade something for it? And he had an extra LT rookie PSA 9, and so straight up traded that for him at the time, which it was a slight trade in my benefit, but obviously this is something I wanted a lot more than that Billy White Shoes, and he also gave me his 8 for it, and I would say that was a win. So I converted a Billy White Shoes Johnson for a PSA 8 version of that card, as well as this $1,900 card. The GOAT, Jerry Rice, beautiful PSA 9. This is number 11. Recent sales are at $1,925. Just love that damn card. Beautiful. Slightly outdone by this PSA 10 Ronnie Lott. This one's been in fluctuation with a lot of the 80s cards, but last sale went for about $2,000. All right, number 9. The Payton SP Future Watch in a PSA 9. Last sale for this one at about $2,300. I didn't get this on the lowest of ends. I paid $900 for it, so still a great return. Discount double check. Aaron Rodgers PSA 10. Recent sales of this one have been around $23.50, and I think I paid. I bought this one when it had already blown up in my face a little bit, and I was mad about it. But I did not want to get left behind because I was already left behind by Tom Brady's rookie card, so I think I spent about $900 on that. Knowing this, basically I knew Brady's rookie was setting some sort of precedent of craziness with quarterback rookie cards, and so knew it would do well. And from a $900 to a $23.50, I will take it. Here's one that just keeps doing fantastic. This will be number 7. 33 Sport Kings Jim Thorpe. 4.5 hasn't sold recently, so I kind of have to go with 3 4s and some 5s with a mix of SGC and PSA in there, and kind of find a happy spot for this 4.5. So I went with a valuation of about $2,600. It wasn't cheap when I bought this, but I'd say I bought it in a bigger lot. This probably represented about $700 of that purchase at the time, so almost a full-fold value increase. I will take that. Always proud of this one. Sometimes the price goes up so high, like, man, it'd be nice to sell that. But super happy to have this one. The Trout Rookie. This will be number 6. Recent sales are about $2,650. I paid $130 for this card. I bought it right before, for whatever reason, his cards went nuts. I just could feel like we were on a precipice, and I was prospecting, and I was like, all right, this guy's got enough consecutive years and awards in a row that unless he falls off a cliff and if he just keeps performing, this is going to be a Hall of Fame rookie to have. And so I went for the 130 there, and it was $300 within a month after I bought it, and it's just obviously kept on going. Up next, number 5, another tough one to evaluate, the 1950 Y8 Kittle PSA 8.5. This is it used to be a pop 1-2 higher, and this one always throws me off. Pop 1-2 higher when I got it, and now it's a pop 2-3 higher. I don't know where people are finding 1950s cards that are mint 9. in this day and age, maybe they were bump candidates or something like that. I hope so, because who's got one sitting nicer than that in the shoebox? But this was the first real big boy card I bought. Paid $2,126 for this a couple years ago. Don't know what this could go for. If you get the right rich guys chasing each other for points and stuff like that in the registry and bragging rights, it could go nuts. But I'll at least throw a $3,000 valuation on that one and call it good. Number 4, the 76 Walter. Recent sales of this one are at $4,600. It's gone up above $5,000, but crept back down a little bit. But still a great card and doing great with value, which I'm happy to see, because I paid it top dollar for this when I bought it. My dad's a coin guy, and he gave me a coin, and when I finally, a couple years afterwards, looked up what that coin was going for, it was so much, I was like, I gotta sell this. I don't want to just sit on this for value for no reason. But as a collector, I just said, all right, I got to convert that into cards then. And so I paid $2,100 for this, based on a $10,000 coin sale. And thankfully, it went back down. It went down to $1,400 or so, but it came back up. And it's doing strong. Here's one. Man, his stuff has been taken off. And so at number 3... it's the 49 Jackie. I smile every time I look at this card, and he's smiling back. This was, if you believe it, a 4 sharp corners pickup. I forget, it was like a Thursday, and 4 sharp postcards at different times of the day, but this one was a morning, like they had just, the computers had loaded up all the things, and the listings came out early in the morning. 9-10 o'clock, and I just saw this card, and I was like, holy crap. And the price was not cheap, but it was just attainable enough. And so for the next couple hours, I just kept coming back to it. This card was talking to me the whole time, and I was like, I gotta find a way. I gotta maneuver some stuff. I gotta figure a way to get this card. And with going to their website, I ended up paying about $1,600 for the card. And I've never looked back. I was always comfortable with that price given the card itself. I thought I was making money right from the get-go, damn near. And obviously it's done well. Tough to put a valuation on this, but I'm going comfortably in the $5,000 range, which is pretty cool, because that's come up fast recently. The more his 48 goes up, then the more people are like, oh, if I can't afford a 48, what do you got on a 49 there? Number 2 is the PSA 10 LT. His card has gone crazy. It's gone up as high as $7,000 over the summer. It's coming back down because the market has been flooded with these, but the prices have still stayed strong despite the flooding. And when I say flooding, it's because every major PWCC auction has one of these continuously. So you see a couple a month now based on these price points. People are like, all right, I can't turn my head to what's going on over here. So but it's crept back down, and so the last one of these went around $5,100, so I'll toss that as the value on that. Fantastic card. He's in every damn football set there is, right? All-time defense, all-time sacks, first ballot everything, all the anniversary teams, all-time sacks, everything. And the number 1, if you followed me for any period of time, you know what's coming. The same time I bought that Walter with that coin sale, I got this one. This was the first one. I told myself once I had that kind of money, if I don't buy it now, I will never have one in my lifetime. And so then I can just kiss completing that Hall of Fame rookie set goodbye if I didn't get it. And so at the time, and I still had, it was a pit in my stomach, like, holy shit, I just spent a lot of money. But I bought this for $3,400. and they, you know, the company had, you know, the seller had me by the balls a little bit. It was one of them consignment places or something. I forget, Just Collect or something along those lines on eBay, but I went with it, and it's a rare card. Not a whole lot of them graded. There's only maybe 150 of these total graded from PSA, and a 2 is a solid card. It's got love on the corners, but pretty good looking card. A little bit of staining right there by my thumb, but I've seen a hell of a lot worse, and they've gone for very well too. So I put a value of about $8,000 on that one. And I'm not looking to part ways with that anytime soon. Beautiful card. So there's what I got for you. My top 50, which is really 57. I hope that I can combine all these two videos into one, because I went long, but some goodness there. I hope you'd enjoyed, but definitely keep collecting. Obviously, collect what you love, as they all say, but collect with your head and your mind. We all try to get all this input from other places, but I've always said, don't discount yourself as an information source. If you've been in the game for a while, you've seen the fluctuations, you've seen what type of cards do well, you've seen what kind of accolades and things like that, and the markets that certain players are in, and what that results in card valuations and prices. So with your own due diligence, you can see some great returns on this. Thanks for watching. Happy holidays later.